Hi there, students. Apparel. Apparel. This is a formal word for clothes. Things that you've got on. I think you can use really apparel in two different ways. You can either say something like children's apparel or sports apparel or walking apparel, or you could talk about apparel, talking about accessories like jewelry, like hats, like the belt that you're wearing. So accessories that complement out an outfit, the handkerchief in your pocket. Apparel could be footwear as well, I guess, shoes and boots. So clothes in general, shirts, etc., shoes or accessories. And I think you could use it as for any of those. Okay, so apparel. The store sells apparel for children and for women. The everybody came to the Halloween party in weird apparel, all dressed up. Okay, so apparel, clothing. I guess you could use. He had a very strange apparel, a strange guise, a strange form. But apparel. I think you can also actually use it for the furniture of a ship, things like the masts and the sails and the rigging. So you buy your apparel, you repair your apparel after the storm. Okay, apparel, clothes, outer garments, something that adorns, something that's outside. The trees with their summer apparel of foliage. So apparel, clothing, outer garments, what you can see. The I need to use to put on my sports apparel, but notice this is quite formal. I think I'm going to give this a 7 in formality, 6.5 in formality. My riding apparel, my sports apparel, a manufacturer of men's apparel. This shop specialises in oversize apparel, in large sizes. Okay, so apparel, the clothes that you're wearing. They were dressed in bright apparel. You will need protective apparel. The emperor paraded the streets in sumptuous apparel. Or in the story of the emperor's new clothes, he paraded the streets with no apparel at all, although he thought he was wearing the finest apparel possible. So clothing of a particular kind, clothing that's being sold in a type of store. So athletic apparel, a new line of women's apparel. And then you could use this for the equipment, the rigging, the sails, the upper bits of a ship, the superstructure, or something that clothes, something that adorns. So the ground was covered in a bright apparel of spring crocuses. To apparel, to put your clothes on, I must apparel myself. That's pretty formal. Okay, so she picked one of her own dresses for modest apparel, and he just loved the look. Okay, yes, fishing apparel. I need to look like the country gentleman in my fishing apparel. Okay, so clothes. Clothes worn on an important occasion. The king in all his apparel during the coronation. uh, women's apparel is offered in petite, regular and tall sizes. Okay, so apparel. The apparel, what apparel do you think I should wear with this suit? What do you think would set it off, make it look good? The white apparel of winter. Okay, apparel, clothing, garb, attire, an outfit. They say that apparel makes the man. She looked lovely despite her strange apparel. The shop sells a full range of sports apparel. The women's apparel is an important industry. More often, apparel is grouped by colour. Department stores, apparel and accessory stores lost jobs during the winter period. So apparel, 6.5 in formality, 7 in formality. From the French appareiller, to arm yourself, to prepare yourself, to equip yourself. So apparel. Bye for now.